child protection, and I have some amazing people in the studio with me. But um, I have a co-host when it comes to child safeguarding and child protection. And her name, we call her Miss P. That's what everybody call her, the children and everybody, including mamas and daddy. She's one of our hosts on another platform. So she's going to be working with me here because she's a master when it comes to child protection. And I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. But I know her parents call her Patient Osinaike, and her friends call her. Okay, let me not even say what she is. So, Patient, tell people who you are.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. It's such a pleasant honor to be here today, and of course, I'm so excited. When it comes talking about children and discussing specifics around their safety and protection, I am always very excited. This is not something that I shy away from.
That's
All
right.
right, so for those that are probably just hearing me for the first time, my name is Patience Oneke. I'm an early childhood educator. My background is in early childhood education and child safeguarding and protection. And of course, I have been able to, influence and impact learning spaces and ensuring that whatever we do around children, safety is, the top priority. So that is about me. What else do I do? I'm an instructor. I teach swimming. I teach water safety. you know, Safety around children, their families, those that have been saddled with responsibility of ensuring that they are well taken care of. So Richard, okay,
Yeah,
thank
Miss
you.
Miss P is also the executive director of Child Safety Education and Protection Initiative at NGO. And we know that in Lagos State government, when it comes to issue of children,
Mm,
they don't play with it. So if you have any child being abused anywhere, or a child not being taken care of, or you see any child being abused, I'm going to be giving out the number today, so that we all know what government is doing when it comes to issue of and protection. And I think our topic today is we're going to be looking at of child safeguarding in the complex world. And we have an amazing person too, who is a friend of the house, one of our resource person. She's the owner of one of the, let's say, biggest, I would say one of the biggest schools in mainland here, but very quiet and calm. I'm going to allow her to introduce
Making
herself
huge
too
impact.
because she is already part of the family. She's beautiful and calm and easygoing. Ma, please, can you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Mrs. Aduba.
Mhm.
I'm the executive director of Marvin Girls School. I'm a family life coach where parenting is a big deal and safety for children is a big deal.
Okay.
Attention to children is a big deal. So everything about children, they are the future of tomorrow. So the attention is not what I would never say we have overemphasized on it. I feel we're not even emphasizing a lot because where we are looking for the issues at times are not where the issues are,
Hmm.
believe me.
Okay.
So definitely I'm glad to be on this show for this topic because it's a very deep one.
Thank
And
you.
I just hope they will give us time,
Yeah, we have 1 hour to go.
yes,
1 hour.
please, to deal with this
Yes.
topic because it's a very crucial one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You work with Lagos State government, not as in working as in the ministry, but dealing with children in Lagos because you own a school.
Yes, please.
And what is Lagos State attitude when it comes to issue of children?
I would say particularly Lagos State compared to other states,
Yeah.
they are proactive in so many ways.
Okay.
Even the child safety, because even as the owner of a school, I look at the things we go through. They are at times very ridiculous. But what I would advise is in all these things, advancement should be allowed because the world is evolving every day. So things are advancing. So they should pay attention to a bit of advancing of the techniques and the methodologies to go about it should be advanced on. But whether they are hands on it, they are big time hands on it.
Okay. Patience and I co-host. I'm so excited as how Lagos won because that was
Mm.
during COVID. You see a lot of young boys on the street there. They have parents, but yet
Time we want to wait until children can speak or until they can talk before we want to start instructing them. But we don't know that they are picking lessons, they are picking patterns, they are picking how to resolve issues from what they see us do. So when it comes to safeguarding and protection, it starts from birth. It starts from how they view us, um, how we view the world, how we choose to exploit the world, how we interact with each other. When it comes to harm, when it comes to even some very tiny specific things in the house, how do I react to it? I remember my kids growing up when they were, very much younger, and someone screamed outside the window, and because I was just agitated, and I had to like, hey, what is going on? And she looked at me. Jemima was like, I think she should be like, two, maybe a year plus there, and she started crying. And I could tell that there was some certain level of fear in her, because she was just trying to understand, okay, what had just made mommy to scream like that. She, at that moment, I could tell that, reflecting back, when I had to go deep into safeguarding, I could reflect back and see that at that moment she was trying to process what she had just observed,
Okay.
that I screamed.
Mhm.
And there's a level of, oh, is there safety now, or there's no safety now? Is mommy safe? Are we all right? She's very young. So child safety and protection lessons start from birth, start from when we have our children, what we do right in front of them, how we respond to situations. And when they start to grow older, we begin to tell them about these things. We begin to have it in the house. I'm a very hands-on person because of my background in education. I print these things out, I stick it in the house. Even up to now, we have 5 minutes door check at home. Once it's 5 minutes to check the door, make sure that it's locked. It has become a ritual. It has become something that is part of us. So it starts from when they are younger. And we have to be able to continue that, because I know as parents, there are so many things happening, and at the same time, we have work, we have career. We're likely to just relax a bit and say, you know what? I can't kill myself. Let me just chill. But when it comes to trying to enforce certain things and values into our children, and when it comes to safety, we cannot chill, because whatever we put into them is what they're going to grow into, and that's what they'll give back to the society.
Okay, Miss Aduba,
Yes.
I'm going to come back to you, but in case you're just joining us right now, guys, this is Secret 247 on Echo 89.7 FM. My name is Richard Amuwa. Mr. Aduba is our guest here. My co-host is Miss P. That's what they're going to be calling her here, but her name is Patience Osinaike. And we're looking at the essence of child safeguarding in a complex world.
Yeah.
But we're in a complex world today.
Yeah.
Miss Aduba, we didn't grow up with social media. Unfortunately, we thought we lost and we missed so much. Today, our children, they are in a complex world today because of social media and other stuff.
Yeah.
What's your take about this issue of safeguarding of children in this complex world?
It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough, and this is the time every parent has to be hands-on.
Mm.
Now you're not only hands-on in what you say, you're hands-on in what you do, because these children are listening to you.
Yeah.
They are watching you. So you don't just say, you just model. And now it's not only for the parents, because out there on social media, everything is changing. The societal values have changed. Everything has been redefined right now. Some children get the media to teach them everything, especially the teenagers. They are there, the media is talking to them. I watch people, I'm a marriage coach, marriage counselor. I watch what people say about marriages. In fact, if you go on social media every day, you're gonna believe there's no thriving marriage anymore. Marriage is now the biggest problem. Yes. I'm not saying there are not people who have, but if you have a daughter who the media is selling this to, and in your home, you're not trying to make sure you model that family. In fact, nothing beats having a beautiful family.
Yeah.
That's where the problem is starting from. Because the media is saying you are modeling the same thing the media is saying. And we look at right now with the technology and everything, resilience is going flying off the roof, it's going away. Children are no longer ready to go through the ridiculous or wait for anything.
They don't have to follow process anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone is ready. Get rich quick. When I graduated, you do youth service, the company employs you, the amount they employ you with and everything you're doing, you're happy. You foresee your growth. So it makes you want to do more for yourself. You want to grow. You've seen the hierarchy of positions, how it works.
Yeah.
So you start working towards it because you know you can go. But right now, because the media, you see someone 20 years, someone 19 years, the next thing they say, I got myself a car.
Mm.
I got myself this.
Mm.
And you
Yeah.
ask, what do they do?
Do.
At times, you're not able to trace it back. Now your child is there trying to trace it back.
Hmm.
The child is watching it, and you are
Hmm.
home doing nothing.
Hmm.
Let's say you're a mom who is not ready to do anything. You're a sit-at-home mom, and probably you studied engineering. I said it the other day, and you sit at home, and your child sees
Hmm.
this, and tomorrow you're saying study engineering. Your child is looking at you like,
What?
how? Oh, like you that studied it. Where are you?
Where are
Exactly. Major problem.
you?
Now, the resilience part too. You need to keep talking to them, then you need to keep doing it. Then they need to practice it. There's
Yeah.
a work in there.
Hmm.
You can't be at home. You want to groom your child to be, I don't know, an astronaut or something. You're grooming them. But at home, you have mates doing everything for them. You've not built in that resilience
Yeah.
yet.
They're not
Everything is
practicing.
gonna come tough. The
Mhm.
school is gonna be tough. I work in a school,
Mm.
so I counsel parents on this. As long as you're 3 years, you can carry your school bag and your lunch bag. Please don't tell me no, someone should help your child. No
Mm.
one is helping my child. No one is hugging my child. Your child should not be waiting for anyone to hug them, so that when they hug them, it's not a big deal for them.
Mm.
This is not what you're going to train them and put in their minds. So
Mm.
when it's set, it's a problem for you. So what the media is saying, you have to work constantly.
Mm.
You have to be faster than the media, both in your doing and in your saying.
Thank you so much for that. Secret 247, guys, on Ecoye, and it's powered by Lagos State Government. Don't forget, we are educating you, we are teaching you,
Mhm.
and if there's anything government can do, is to do what they are doing right now to
Yeah.
bring information to you. Because we used to say that time of ignorance has passed.
Yes.
My co-host, Miss
Yeah.
Lee.
Okay. I just want to take it from there. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your views. And I have two perspective, and this the first one for me is an aspect that I've had to do a little bit of research on. When it comes to safeguarding children, because I feel that sometimes the people who are saddled with this responsibility are not capable enough to do it. So my question, and as a life coach, it could just help to share more light on it. As an adult, we probably have so many things that we have to juggle with work. I'm not making excuses. This is just being very practical. And oftentimes we look at the term safeguarding and protection. I have a child. I have to be there for this child. I have not just sit with the child. I also have to go out there and make a life, have something I need to earn for this child. I feel that sometimes the thought or that responsibility or that reality of I have to safeguard and protect this child, becomes overwhelming. And a lot of parents are like, okay, so where do I go? How do I start it? So how do we help parents? How can you advise parents that are probably feeling some kind of emotional distress, trying to protect and safeguard their children, and sometimes they feel that they are doing it, some feel they're not doing enough, and oftentimes some feel that I think I'm doing too much, let me step back a little bit. So how can they balance it? How can we help parents not to get too overwhelmed with this?
This thing starts with you as a family. What is the vision of your family in the first place? From day one, did you actually have a vision? If you had a vision, I think if you have a vision, you're on it already, because your vision now is not the vision board. When you get to it, it has a starting point, it has an ending point. So your end, looking at your end, makes you not to get overwhelmed. Let's say you're on a race, you get tired in between.
Yeah.
When you see you're getting closer, where you're going to is focus. When you say focus on where you're going to,
Yeah.
eyes on the prize, right? Eyes on the prize. So because you know what your price is, overwhelming doesn't step in easily. And when we talk about being with these children, protecting them, protection is not standing beside them 247. That is not what the
We need to
protection
really
is.
ring that into
Because
parents.
that's what everyone is saying. Stay with them too. It's not 247. Some are present. They don't do anything. But I'm telling you, they are not with those children. Their
Fact.
thoughts are somewhere else. They have so many other things they are engaged in. So it's not about sitting with them 247. When you protect your children, you're going to look out for so many things. The school you take your children to,
That's
you
a big
look through
factor.
it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to school your child at home. The religious place you're taking your child to, I'm taking my child to a church. Fine, it's a church, but you still have to alert. You have to be sure. The other time I told parents, I said, after adult church, when you come out to pick your children, as you get into the car, the first topic should be What did you learn today?
Hmm.
What happened?
Mm.
Get to know everything that is going on to be sure it's aligning with your values. It can be your church, and whatever they are teaching there is not aligning with your own values. Because this thing is about information taking.
Yeah.
You can't say I will not work
Mm.
because my child, I have to protect my child. No way, because that protection needs comfort as well.
Okay,
course.
Mr.
You
Aduba,
can't
I'm going
protect
to
a hungry
I was
person.
going to come back to
Yes.
you. Let me quickly say this to our listeners listening to us, guys. Don't forget, this show is brought to you across Lagos State Government, and we are looking at the essence of child safeguarding, child security in this complex world.
Yeah.
Mrs. Aduba is our guest. Miss P is my co-host. You can actually join us online right now. We are on YouTube live in case you want to see the beautiful face I'm having a discussion with
Yeah.
right now. And just go to King Richard Talks. That is the name of our YouTube handle, King Richard Talks. Subscribe and follow so that you can see what we do. And there's a whole lot of messages from Lagos State Government as it comes to security 247 on that YouTube. The number to call for those of you just joining me for the first time is 0805-897-5897. In case you have any question, you can call us on WhatsApp or send a message on WhatsApp or call through voice and we'll take anyone. Don't forget, the essence of this show is for you. That's why Lagos State government is doing everything possible. Like I always say, Lagos State government can provide everything to the police, to the army, to the navy, but this education is very important so that you can know what to do. So wherever you are right now, Eko, in Nigeria here, Badagry, Ikorodu, Epe, Ikeja, all the 20 local government, we want you to be part of this show every Saturday at 3 o'clock. Call your friends, call your neighbor, that Lagos State government is educating us on something different.
Yes.
And that has to do with security and child security. Coming straight again to, okay, patient, let me put you on hot seat quickly before I go back to you.
But there was a question she asked.
Okay, you're still on it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, continue, ma'am.
You know, she said something. She said, at times, the people in place are not even well educated. They're not even very much aware of this topic. And that is part of the problem.
Yes.
I agree with her 100%. Because when it comes to what we're saying now, even in churches, I don't think there is much more regulation on who should be there and who should not be there. I don't think it's like that there. Then another place I don't think is like that is even the places you take your children to is a play zone. Who are those in the play zone? Because anything can happen. Who are those in the play zone?
Yeah.
The parents also, then the schools, the people will get in. How much do we vet them? Even the domestic staff, how much do we go as far as vetting who we have in? Because we have people who are coming in, their interest is on money. When you're going to work with that person whose interest is on money, which also has something to do with what the social media has been selling out.
Yes.
Then it's a problem.
Yes.
Because the person is looking at every point in time, my money, my money. This money is not enough. This is not this. This is not that. So it's really deep.
It is.
It's really deep. A lot is to be done on it. The economy of the country also is affecting it.
True.
So all these things are just what the factors are.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Aduba.
you.
Okay, patience. No, this has to do with you as a child protector. Places that houses children today in Lagos. How safe are they? Because we know that child safeguarding law or act.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's law.
Yes.
It's out by Lagos State government, and every place that house children should have them either as a signboard or as a note. Do you think most hotels that have swimming pool, most schools, most eatery that house children, how much do they save? No, do they protect children?
Children into fire. Okay. Yeah. So thank you for that question. That is a very big one, and I'll take you for what Ms. Aduba said, and that is having the knowledge and having the being aware that it is important that we even have to put this little ones into check. We have to be able to put them into what we do. Now I'm going to start with the school, right? So there's Lagos State policy on child protection, and it is mandatory that every school should have a designated child safeguarding lead. It's compulsory, but sadly, you have some of these things we are aware of
And
it.
what's the essence of that child safeguarding?
It's for reporting, for you to accountability. Yes, if something happens in the school, the children might not be able to talk to everybody because we wouldn't even want that to happen. We don't want them to have their issues escalated all over the school compound and everybody's gossiping. But when we have a designated child safeguarding lead that it can go to, I have seen schools in Lagos State, because I work with schools where they have child safeguarding lead.
Okay,
and
you know what now? Sorry, I'm not taking it from you. Since we have a school owner here, let her just tell us a little bit
about that, enforcing that, and the policy.
And the policy, and what do you think some of your colleagues are doing in enforcing this? Because we have issues.
Yeah, in schools. A lot of things are happening.
Nothing has happened. The child is sick, before you know it, something happened.
No first aid.
No first aid, nothing.
I keep saying any school that does not have policy, all these policies in place, should not be for your child.
Exactly.
It's not about the building looks beautiful. Oh, I like the way they speak. You have to be alive to speak.
Yes.
No dead person speaks.
True.
So you have to ask, what are the policies you have? There are different policies.
Yes.
Even the schools that have boarding houses, there are policies added to it. So when you get there, the first thing is, please, can I know your policy on this? What are the written down policies? I'm not saying the policies in your head. What are the written down policies I am working with? Because those written down policies are what will lead you into knowing exactly what you're doing. There are policies to everything. Like you have for staff, you have for children, you have for parents, you have for the school itself.
Yes.
No one is above the policy in an institution like that.
Yes.
It's an organization of its own. If you can't abide by the policy, please stay off.
Okay. I'm going to say this to our listener right now. Do you run a school or do you run a public facility that houses children? I need you to call in to tell us what you are doing.
Yes, to ensure
child safeguarding in your facility. But coming back to you are a swimmer. In fact, you're
the swim instructor. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of children
drown
in the swimming pool.
Sadly.
In Lagos here. And what do you think we should put in place? But before you answer that, let me quickly say again, the line is open, guys. 0805 897 5897. Yeah, this show is for you. So talk, call us. Let's be part of this show. So we have from now to the end. Mrs. Aduba is here. She's going to answer a question. Our patient is here. I'm the only one that's not going to answer your question. So just be free to call us and send your message, and even drop your message online. Hopefully, our social media person Lizzie will read it for us. And don't forget again, our online is King Richard Talks. That's YouTube. Go subscribe, like it, and tell us what you feel about our discussion today. And our topic is the essence of child safeguarding, and security in a complex world. And don't forget, we're looking at our jurisdiction, which is Lagos
State. Yes.
So,
so I would say that for some swimming pools, they're doing what they could. They have policy in place. They have lifeguard in place. They will tell you they have this partition across the swimming pool where this is 3 feet, 4 feet, and they also have instructions that a child can't go in without an adult or a coach in the pool. Now, but the challenges that we have around most of the swimming incidents, one is that we have a lot of unprofessional people that are not even into swimming. They don't even have any business swimming in the first place. You have people from the villages that come and say, oh, I used to swim in my village, I can do, and they come in and they go online, they probably they create an Instagram page or Facebook page. They say, oh, I teach swimming. I can teach 10 lessons in 5 days. I can teach, you can learn how to swim in 4 days. And, and of course, our people, we like cheap things. They're like, oh, this person is charging 20,000 naira for taking 20 lessons. But we're not asking questions. So we have a body, right? I finished from the Lagos State Aquatic Federation. I had trainings with them. And of course, an institution from the US as well. I have my first aid and CPR. I do renewal every 2 years. Those are basic things that a swimming instructor should have. So the challenges are, first of all, we're not employing professional people who are certified to do this. Why? Sometimes if you want the charge to high, yes, I'm going to charge you high because I have to go through a lot to be able to earn it, but it's for the safety. And secondly, most of the people that also have to work with the children around the swimming pool, they don't have a knowledge of first aid. So when something happened, they don't know what to do.
Thank
They're
you.
asking, they are just looking, and they're like, okay, take the child out, let's call the parent. But what is the first thing you can do? A simple CPR could save anybody's life.
Thank you, Miss P, Secretary 47 on the go, 89.7 FM.
Yeah.
Guys, we're in the studio with Chidinma. What's my name? Osinaike, patient Miss P, and Mrs. Aduba. Mrs. Aduba, what's your first name?
Chidinma.
Chidinma.
Oh,
God is
lovely.
good. Miss Chidinma. Oh, see me now. Mrs. Aduba, I want to quickly ask you this question. Protecting children from harms, that is, when it comes to preventing abuse and neglect,
Mm,
a lot of children have been neglected and abused by their own parents.
sadly.
I agree.
So how and neighbors look at this and they are not saying anything. What do we do when we see
Mm,
children that are neglected and are being abused in our community?
Like I said, the proactive education is important.
yes.
The Lagos State need to raise something. They need to raise a way of educating this parents
Which we
Mm.
are doing
to
right now.
understand
Yes.
exactly what is going on, to understand exactly the damage these
Mm,
children are going to go through. Because the problem here is that most of these parents already have these damages in them,
yes.
and they feel if I went through this and I'm still here, I don't think it's a big deal.
Mm,
So they don't see it as trauma. They don't, some people have trauma, they don't know they have
Very,
trauma.
very true.
yes.
They are moving, they are okay, they behave well.
Mhm.
It's just when they act in some ways, or their responses to some things, or their behavior.
Yes.
If you know enough, you will know this person has this trauma.
Mm,
And because this person has not gone past this trauma, that's why this person is behaving like this. Because even when we even come to the child protection, I also have issues with people who are overprotecting.
yes.
I'm not a fan of overprotecting
Mm.
children. Because
Mm.
also when you overprotect, you don't give them the opportunity to learn, to make
Yes.
some errors
Mm.
and get well on it. You once you're an overprotective parent, you cannot be able to
Because we
build
have some parents today,
resilience.
they can't allow their children to even cross the street to get them
Yes.
something.
Yes.
You will never be resilient.
Mm,
Okay, like when you have I witnessed something at a school inter-house sports. A parent is upset. What is upsetting her is, why didn't my child participate? Now it's not because your child was, remember the inter-house sport
Mm.
has the competition already started in
From
school.
yes,
So
Yeah,
in the
practice,
school,
yeah.
every house will choose who
who's
will
going to
be
represent them?
and win.
Yeah.
Yes, because
So
that's a
the-
cup to be won.
Good.
mhm.
Now, because there's a trophy to be
Mm.
won,
Mhm.
this particular house may have just kept picking up a particular kids who
Yes,
are just they're
They're gonna
just
do
great
well.
in those ones.
Mm.
And there might be just some particular kids who are resilient.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're feeling they are calling them, they are not calling my child.
Oh.
It is a competition.
Mm.
And this goes to show you are
Let's
overprotective.
see.
Yes.
Mm.
You're overprotective. Now, this is the avenue for you to sell
Mm.
resilience to your child.
Mm.
They didn't choose you probably because you were not the
Yeah,
best.
yes,
in it.
exactly.
But next time, don't worry, we are going to work
Exactly.
towards it.
Exactly.
The child gets ready.
I love this.
The
Because
child gets ready.
Mm,
So we also, before we start this education of being overprotective, we also have to come to being protective. We also have to come to being overprotective, so that we don't rob the children at the end of the day.
of the day.
We're not building weak. We're not going to build weak people. The world is evolving.
We should get
And
them ready.
the speed
Ready.
at which is
For the
evolving
future.
right now
Yeah.
is way too much.
Hmm.
Since after COVID, everything is damn fast.
Hmm.
So if everything is fast, they have to be resilient, because when this is not working, the next thing is working.
True. Thank you,
So that they can move from spot A to spot B.
Mhm.
If spot B is gonna give the result, I have to switch.
Hmm.
So I need to have the
I'm going to come back to you, man. 0805-897-5897. Guys, we're waiting for your call or your message. Whatever it is today, guys, tell us, what do you think? What do you think want from you? The essence of child safeguarding in a complex world where we are today. Miss P, there's
Mm,
something I put down here, ensuring safety and well-being of children
mm,
in this complex world.
mm.
To you, what do you think?
It's very important and it's paramount. You know, when we talk about the well-being of children, we're talking about their holistic well-being.
Mhm.
That is putting in place everything that has to do with the child. So the physical, the psychological, the emotional, their needs. Ensuring that we're able to meet them at the point of their needs and every point in time. So we're not just providing, let's say, education, and we're not giving them good health. We're not just providing them with opportunity to be physically strong,
Yeah.
and we are denying them the right to develop other personal skills. So just ensuring that we're raising a child who's going to be whole, a child who will be, like I always say, a child, yes, a child who will be very good. A child will also be streets, wise.
Streetwise.
Yeah, and smart.
Okay.
Very important. While we're watching out for their safety and ensuring that we're also not keeping them so much to say, oh, growing up when we're very much younger, we see candle with the flame on it, and we try to touch it. Our parents will caution us several times, don't touch it. And after a while, my dad will be like, Efile, let's see. And when you touch it, like, okay. So I'm not saying that we have to expose our children to danger, right? But we have to be able to help them to develop, of course, Mr. Richard, my kid, I like to use them as an example. They're both teenagers and they cook, they can basically take care of the house themselves. It's not like, oh, it's child labor, but basically you can wash your underwear, you can tidy up the environment. When you go out there, in fact, there was a time, they came back from school and my daughter was like, Praise, thank you. I said, what happened? He said, my brother defended me today. He watched out for my safety. So that is, we're empowering the children to be able to understand that your safety is important, but you also have to be able to speak up for yourself. So we look at safety, we look at exactly
very assertive, speak up without fear.
Without fear
of being shut down. You're not going to be rude
at the same time.
Because there's a very thin line.
It is
very thin line between being assertive
and being rude.
0805-897-5897. Guys, please, we're expecting your call, WhatsApp, or whatever it is. I know we're having some network issues here, but do try. If not, send a message to WhatsApp. She mentioned something about child labor. There's something that went happened a few days ago, or a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Can we call that a child labor? A situation where a mother who is hardworking, who is alone, and she needed to go service a neighborhood and goes with her daughter, the young daughter, to assist her.
Yeah. I want to say something about that issue.
Okay.
My take here is, in everything, there is perspective.
Very important.
Pay attention to the perspective. Don't just fly and say because they say child labor, everything becomes child labor for you. It is a problem because you can see in Western world, in some places, it's a big deal. Now, it's perspective to what is happening there. I don't know how you wanted her to feed her child. And I want to say something again. I told a friend of mine the other day, she has a shop. And I found out that her school is closing down. She's already looking for entrepreneurial
that is a shop.
She has this. You're looking, and one day I asked, your child just finished SS3. Your child is at home.
Yes.
You come to shop every day. I said, what are you even doing with this child? He said, I'm looking at enrolling her. I said,
what about the shop?
What?
That is the entrance.
You have a problem because you're not teaching this. When we say, she used the word street smart, I don't use street smart. But they have to be logical. They have to be exposed. Logical reasoning, critical reasoning. Where are they going to use it? You have a shop. Bring your children to the shop. I had a video I made today. Bring your children to the shop. You work in an office. Let me say you own an organization. You own this Eco FM. You bring your child. Work with those at the reception. Come and help in this area.
Yes.
Your child has to do it. In everything you're doing, you find a place where they can fit in. You work, let me say you work in a bank. They cannot come with you. Please, there are some little work you can come home. Madam, sit down, make this slide for me. Your child can be on game 247. You don't have a problem with it. And you do something on video and you can't give your child to edit. You have a job now. Your job is editing all my videos. Since you're good with tech.
And you pay.
Yes. Yes.
Of course.
Yes. So when you do all this, when you carry them along, this is simply what it is. I don't know why you will be working. You keep them. When I asked my friend, she said, because my shop is always hot. I said,
Can
but
you
you
imagine
can
that?
but you can stay in the hot
So
shop.
much
And your
Like,
your
are
child
you
cannot stay.
serious? Are you serious right now?
So that's the problem we're having in today's
Yes,
world.
you're not teaching them resilience. And you sit there every day. She said, I don't have. I said, on Saturdays, she should go to the shop. She should go open the shop. You will resume by 2.
Oh, Mrs. Aduba, is it the
Yeah.
fact that parents you're overprotecting this
Yeah,
children's
overprotection.
comfort?
I don't think I don't call it overprotecting. I feel
You don't want them to suffer the way they suffer.
Exactly.
no, I think some people are parenting in fear.
Ooh.
Yes.
Some people are parenting in fear, and that is what it does to you. Some people are parenting in fear, and because I can't carry my child, I don't have a shop. You that have a shop don't want to do the shop. You want to carry to where I carry to. It's not. I don't think things work like that.
Yes.
You should look at perspective. You should look at capacity before you name anything. You should look at perspective. You should look at capacity. You deal with what you can deal with. Most of them are in so much fear. Like I said, most parents are carrying lots of traumas. So when they, if you see the way they guard, they want to put, you know that this person has an issue inside. So
Thank you
just
so much,
be
ma'am.
careful.
Thank you so much. Our topic is the essence of child safeguarding and security in a complex world on Secure 247 on the go, 89.7 FM with Chidinma, Patient, and Mrs. Aduba. The show is powered by Lagos State Government, and again, we are doing what we're supposed to do to educate you and help you to know what you are supposed to know. Patient, I need you to quickly, in 1 minute, promoting child rights, respecting children's autonomy, recognizing that children have a right to make decisions.
Yes.
And have the voice to be heard. In Lagos today, do you think we are giving children that right? Let's say the way it is.
Well, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
And there are so many reasons why we're not there yet. And the first is our culture.
Okay.
Our cultural background. Exactly. And this thing with this is a child. You don't have the right to do this. You don't have the right to speak yet. You can't talk when the elders are making decisions. You can't just come out and say this is not right. Oftentimes we want to just push everything down their throat. And even when we have situations in the family, something is happening in the family that is not going right, we feel like we don't want to explain to them that this is what is happening.
And the children are seeing it.
Yes, and we just feel that somehow they're going to get along, they will get to understand. So it is important for us to know that our children are also in. I used to tell people that when you have a child, the first thing you do, they will tell you is go and register that child, right? Get them a birth certificate. Oftentimes we don't know, but that child belongs to the government. And that is why when something happens in your home, the government has every right to come and take your child from your home.
Yeah.
We have shelter homes around where we have children who are no longer living with their parent because there's a situation. So when that child is registered, that child belongs to the government. So we need to understand that my child is an individual and this child has a right to make decisions, to have a say.
Let me say this quickly based on what you're just saying. In case you listen to us right now, that's Ministry of Child Protection in Alausa.
Yes.
Please, if you see any child that's been abused and you think is being molested, please, you can go there and make a report.
Very
or
important.
Go to any welfare department, your local government, and make this report. It's very important.
Yes.
Mr. Aduba, our time is, we have a few minutes to go, but let's see going to discuss this. Okay, let's take this call. Thank God, finally. Hello. Yes, good afternoon. Yes, sir, your name and where calling us from? Okay, Dr. Lusoya. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, because of time. Because of time, you made your point. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Finish. No, finish. Finish your point. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Who's going to answer this? Okay. In 1 minute, too.
Yes, please. The fact is, where there are no rules, there are no punishments.
Absolutely.
There must be values in the home.
Mm-hmm.
See, you see, these children are humans. They hear you, they feel you.
Mm.
You can't punish them for what you also do.
Mm.
Yes.
And like we said, there's something I call family meeting. I say it everywhere I go to.
As a family coach.
Yes, family meeting is important. The 3 years will be in the family meeting.
Yes.
It is not a time to say, you did this, I'll smack you. It's a time to line out the issues in the family and all the conduct you feel they are not going right.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody sees it. And in everything, ensure you give them the objective. You see, these children now are smarter. It's not like we were not smart, but we were not allowed to ask questions.
Yeah.
These ones can ask questions. So please, in everything, give them the objectives. Sit them together and talk with them. And let me say, everything that is going on. There are different techniques to parenting. I think we all need to learn. Right now, we all need to learn. And what I will advise, like she said, there are places people are helping and all that. This should be publicized more because so many people don't know.
Yes.
I don't know personally that there are such places because there's a limit to your kindness at every point.
Yes.
in
For
time.
example, right now, you're having issues with your children and your husband is not taking care of those children. You can go to
There
Ministry of
are
Justice.
agencies
There's
you can,
agencies in
yeah,
Lagos here.
that will take
And,
it up.
they'll take it up for you.
Yes.
No, you are being abused. And
Yeah,
you
we
can
have
go
public
to,
defendants and yeah.
all those free lawyer.
Yeah.
But like I said, Patience and I are going to be sharing it on this show as time goes.
Yeah.
No?
Like me, for this safeguarding,
Yeah.
I don't think this topic should not bring fear to people because it's strictly for preparedness.
Yes.
So that at every point in time, everyone is prepared, and it's for awareness, so that you know what to work on. So for those kind of persons, those kind of children, for every parent out there, ask yourself in every decision you make and how you handle your children, what is the objective for this? Because child raising is a long-term thing.
It is.
It's not for now. It's not making them
It's a
happy now
project.
or making them angry now.
Yes.
It's a long-term project. So you should be looking at the price and looking at the decision you're taking. Where does it keep this my child at the end of the day?
Thank you so much,
Basically.
Mr. Aduba. If your listener want to follow you right now on social media, no, Mr. Aduba run one of the best school in Lagos here.
Yes.
It's a free promotion. Guys, you can take it to the bank. So she's going to be giving you her social media handle so that you can follow her. She's a family coach.
You can follow us on Mavengel Kids School. Mavengel Kids School on Instagram at Mavengel Kids School. You can follow me.
Can you spell that Mavengel, please?
MARVANGELKIDS then school.
Okay.
Then you can follow us there. You can follow me on Chidinma Aduba, Chidinma Aduba, Chidinma Jessica Aduba. You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. You can also follow the school on Facebook. You can follow the school on Instagram.
Thank you so much, Patient, and you, because you are going
Yes,
to be the host next week. So,
so you can follow me, Patience Osinaike, everywhere. Same name on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram.
Okay. Guys can follow me on King Richard Talk on YouTube and Richard Amuwa on Facebook, Richard Amuwa on Instagram. On Patient, so you're going to close this show for us, and we take it over from there.
All right, just want to say thank you to everyone who are taking our time to listen to them. I know we have millions of listeners on the show. And just as Aduba said, we're not here to cast fear. We're here to guide ourselves, to educate ourselves. And last I just want to say this, that when you see something, you have to say something.
That's right.
And there is something you can do about every situation. Okay, you might not have the means, but you might just have information. And like we said, we're going to share more about agencies that you can always reach out to when it comes to child safeguarding and protection and family security on the show. So thank you so much, and of course we catch up with you next week.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aduba. I want to thank you. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Guys, please go and catch Mrs. Aduba's beautiful face on our YouTube, King Richard Talks, and Guys, please share this because it's very important for us to make sure that
Yes.
what we have discussed today goes to several families. And don't forget, this show is brought to you, it's powered by Lagos State government on Security 247 on Echo 89.7. Guys, I can't imagine a government who just supports
so
a
much,
show like
yeah,
this.
interest
So
and
much
passion
care about children,
Yes.
about family, about marriages.
Mm.
Anyway, this way we're going to stop today. I want to say thank you to our producer.
Thank
and,
you.
He call himself Manuel, but I call him Duke, and that's all the main to do. So once again, Lizzie, the do the social. I want to say thank you to every one of us and to our baby, Amanda. Am I right? Amanda, thank you. I want to say thank you for coming to the studio, guys. Please and please, let's remember that security is a collective responsibility. Child safeguarding is a collective responsibility. Wherever you are, you see something, you say something. 677 and 112. Guys, enjoy your evening.
Bye.
Hey, thanks. Stop and video. Just stop and video. Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.